morning, everybody. Hey, Jen. We're going to get started in probably a couple of minutes or so. Nothing new. You just need a mat, set of weights. If you have a lighter and a heavier weight, bring both of them. A water bottle and maybe a towel. And we're going to start with some narrow squats and reverse lunges. And we're going to really focus on today slowing things down and getting really good posture and body alignment. So before we add any weights or anything else, we're going to really define where everything should be. So here's your opportunity to slow down. If you have access to a mirror or somewhere where you can look at yourself and just cue your body alignment, that would be great. If you don't, just look basically down on your body and see that your hips are square, your shoulders are square, those kinds of cues that I give you. Anytime you need a break, please feel free to take a break. Walk it out, have some water, maybe go into child's pose for a moment, and then come back whenever you're ready to continue. We're basically going to do 3 circuits. The first part of the circuit is focusing on lower body. Second part, we'll do exercises for upper body. And then the third part is going to be basically the mat or floor work, core work, even though we're really activating the core throughout. And we're going to alternate that through all 3 circuits. All right, let's get ready. So let's start with really nice soft knees. Now, when I say that, sometimes you just have a small bend in the knee. I actually want you to sit a little lower today. Bring the knees out towards the corner, rotate your toes out so that you really feel like you're really stable and settled. So find that position for yourself. Then I want you to lift up through your spine, literally lift, 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 lift. And sometimes when you do that, you suddenly lift your shoulders. So once you've lifted through the spine, you're going to release and drop your shoulders. You're going to press that belly button in, so you're activating that core throughout. You're going to take a big inhale, and you're going to exhale. Deep inhale, big exhale. We're going to do 2 more, just waking up that body. Or if you're doing this in the evening after a stressful day, this is a great stress relief. Inhale and exhale. Now, stay and hold this position and gently allow one leg, one arm to go down one leg. So reaching down. And notice that you're able to get a little more movement as you get into this. That lower back starts to loosen up a little bit. You're able to lift that elbow a little higher towards the ceiling and feel a nice extension through the side. Moving to the side and lifting back to center. Now with this one, sometimes you forget to come all the way back up, but I want you to do that. Come all the way back up and then reach down, all the way back up. And then, yeah, you got it. Okay, 4 more. 4, 3, 2, last one, we're back to center. We're gonna roll the shoulders back for 4, 3, 2, and hold it back to center. Keep that lowness in the knees and then reach down. So don't suddenly pop up. I want you to keep nice and low and then just go through that range of movement. Stretching out the side of the body, loosening up that lower back, and you're definitely gonna be using your obliques on the side of the abdomen. So those abdominal muscles are getting warmed up while we're doing this. Okay, can you bring that elbow just a little higher? And then I want you to refocus yourself on coming all the way back to center again. All the way back to center here. Then reach and all the way back. That's it. 4, 3, 2, and last one, center it again. Lift up through that spine and roll the shoulders forward, elbows to the corners. That's it. You're going to give me 2 more of these. Nice work. Now settle your shoulders and just start tapping your feet together. When you place your foot on the floor, make it soft. Okay, so you have control over rather than just letting go. I want you to be aware of that movement, and I want you to just tap quietly and softly. That's it. Now, cross the heel forward and rotate the hip to the side. Rotate, rotate, rotate. Yeah, we're adding a little more movement to that hip. That's it. Loosening up that lower back. Beautiful. You can get quite funky with this if you want. Some of you are way better than me, that's for sure. 4, 3, 2. Now draw the knee up and lift it right in front of you. So draw the knee up, place your foot down and lift it in front of you. Keep the upper body nice and comfortable for now. Now when you're doing this, I want you to be aware of drawing in that belly button and keeping a nice long straight spine. So you're not hinging forward at all. That's it. Now we're going to add a pattern to this. We're going to double one side here and then 2 singles, double side, and then 2 singles, double side, and then 2 singles. Last time, double side, single, now heel to the butt. Now we're bringing in the arms, pulling all the way through. Now again, as you start to warm up, that range of movement with the arms can increase. You can go right to the ceiling before you pull down. If that bothers your shoulders, or it just doesn't feel comfortable at all, then lower that reach. You can be here. All right, ready? We're gonna change it up again. Back to step touch in 4, 3, 2, here we go, step touch. Now I want you to pull in and create some tension. You're gonna notice that you're leaning slightly forward with this, but I want it to be a slight hinge, not a big one. Still keeping that chest open, still lifting up through the spine. Keep your arms, cross the heel over, little hip movement again, remember? Slide that hip across, slide it, slide it, slide it, slide it, there you go. If you have some good music, now's a good time to put it on. If you haven't had it on already. All right, 4, 3, knees come up, big arms. 4 more of these, then we're going to the pattern right here. 2, single, single, 2, single, single, 2, single, single, 2. Last time, heel to the butt and big arms. We're gonna do all that again. No fancy movements, just warming up. Range of movement, 4, 3, back to step touch. Here we go. 4 more. Let's get those hips moving, heel forward. 4 more. Knees come up and let's pull. 4 more. Double side now. 1, 2, single. 1, 2, single. 1, 2, single. Last time, heel to the butt. Here we go. 4 more. To step touch, I don't want you to hold it here. Here we go. From here, I want you to march it out. Relax your arms. Now, start to bring those legs a little higher. So I might start here, and then as I warm up, bigger range of movement. Lift, lift, lift. That's it. Nice work. Power your arms. Move them. That's it. 4, 3, 2, back to step touch. Now we're going to add on knee lifts to the side. You've done this with me many times. So 4, 3, 2, knee lift right here, single. Give me 4 more double arms. Back to center. We're going to the other side. Ready? Single. Both arms. 4, 3, 2, and center. 4 more taps right here. We're going to start from the beginning. Cross it over. Hip, swivel. 4, 3, knees go up, pull down. 4, 3, going to that pattern. Remember, double, single, single, double, single, single, double, single, single, double. Give me 1 more. Double, heel to the butt. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, step touch for 4. 4, 3, to the side, knee lift. Both arms. And center. Other side, here we go. Both arms. To center. 4, 3. Let's do that hip swivel, heel forward. Swivel, 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 swivel. Yes, I changed my arms. You can too. Knee up. Now we're going to do that pattern. Ready? Double side here. Single. Double side. Single. Double side. Single. Double side. Give me one more. Right here. Come on. Double. Single. Heel to the butt. Pull. 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 4, 3, 2. And back to center. That's it. Hold it right here. Now I want you to bring me back to that little walking on the spot. Here we go. Now lift the knees a little more. Pump the arms. Keep the shoulders back. 4, 3, 2. And now you're going to take it out and in. That's it. Now, this time when you go out, you're going to go lower. Ready? 4, 3, 2. Ready? Let's go low. Drop back and lift. Drop back and lift. Drop back and lift. That's it. Keep going. Notice I'm hinging as I take my legs out. I hinge forward. Right? So out, lift, out, lift, out, lift. You can go as slow as you like with this. Drop, hinge, lift up. Drop, hinge, lift up. 4, 3, 2. Back to center, step touch. Nice work. Catch your breath. If you did that correctly, you're a little breathless. That's okay. Back to march now. Take your legs out. Out and in, other side. Leading with the opposite leg. So in and out. In and out. Opposite leg is leading. You're going to notice one side is a lot easier than the other. That's why we switch it up. Ready? We're going to go low when we go out. In 4, 3, 2. Ready? Here we go. Low and lift. Low and lift. Low and lift. Nice work. Think about drawing your hip back. Really pressing in that belly button as you drop low. That's it. Notice the movement in my spine. Lots of work with the core here. 4, 3, 2, 1, and back to center, march it out. Nice work. Big inhale, warmed up. Yes, you are. Exhale. One more time, big inhale. And exhale. Nice work, everyone. Have a quick drink of water. We're going to start into our first circuit. Up first, lower body, upper body, and then focusing on the core. And at all times, of course, you're actually using all of them. All right, now, I would grab heavier weights, anywhere between 5 and 8 or 10 or 15, whatever you have. Keep the weights to your side, draw your shoulders down, and lift up through your spine. Now, I'm going to go sideways so you can watch my hip. We're going to go into a narrow squat position. So my feet are hip distance apart. I'm going to draw back down. Notice my long straight spine. I'm going to load the back of my heels. And I'm going to find a position that feels quite uncomfortable. Yeah. Now, look at my spine. It's still long. Am I drawing in my belly button? Absolutely. Is my hip over my heel? Definitely. So feel the weight. We're not rushing through this. Hold. Feel that powerful weight. And notice the engagement of your glutes and your quadriceps and even your calf muscles. Now, keep your head neutral and drive up by activating your glute first and then coming up. Let's go right back there. Drop down, drive up, drop down, drive up. Now, if you notice when you get warmed up, you're able to go a little deeper into that squat, then go deeper. If you're only able to come here, that's fine too. You're going to where you feel engagement. I want you to feel in control of this movement from beginning to end. As you get stronger, you can add more weight. Holding heavier weights means you're lifting more weight and working harder. So there's lots of ways you can make this harder. Coming deeper into that narrow squat will definitely increase the amount of effort needed to lift up. Longer distance to drive. There you go. Give me 4 more. 4. Let your breathing help you. 3. Exhale down. 2. Exhale down. 1. Cross your legs in front. Beautiful. Now, you have that narrow squat. We're going to add to it. We're going to add a reverse lunge. Start with the leg that you feel most comfortable using. So for me, I'm comfortable using my right leg. I'm going to stabilize my left leg. And I'm going to take my right leg back. I'm going to drop down. I'm going to drive up. And I'm going to lighten that toe in the center. Drop down, load, load, load. Drive up. Little tap to the center. Drop down. Little tap to the center. Keep going. Are you keeping that chest open? Are your shoulders down? Is your body alignment really stable? What does that mean? It means I'm not hinging forward as I drop back. I'm keeping everything in that upper body long and stable and focusing on the movement from the lower body. Notice my hips are square. There's no rotation. And you're going to notice, looks like the leg that's working is the one that's moving back and forth, but in actuality, it's the one that's maintaining your stability. All of the power is coming from my left leg, while my right leg goes back and forth, goes back and forth. About now you should be feeling tired. So we'll do 4 more. 4, 3. If you're going slower than I am, don't worry. Keep the same pace. Last one right here. And let's cross over. Move those hips. Loosen up a little. You know we're going to do the other side. All right, ready? Shoulders down. Activate the core. Lift up through your spine. Opposite leg. Now I'm moving my left leg. My right leg is on the floor. Or you might be doing the opposite. It doesn't matter which leg you chose. Tap back center. Lunge. Tap back center. Now, keep the hips square. Keep those shoulders really quiet. Beautiful. Nice and quiet. Exhale as you draw that leg back. Exhale here, and then inhale up. Exhale. Find the rhythm to your breath. And draw in that oxygen for all of those muscles that are working hard. That's beautiful. Feel the recruitment of your glutes every time you drive up. That's it. Let's try 4 more. 4, 3, 2, last one here. Drive up, beautiful. Swivel those hips, loosen it up a little. Now, we're gonna combine it. You're gonna do narrow squat, right leg, reverse. Back to center, narrow squat, left leg, reverse. Back to center. All right, let's try that. Shoulders down, starting with your narrow squat. Come deep into that squat. There you go. Now activate your glutes. Drive up, take one leg, reverse lunge, drop down, back to center. Back to the narrow squat. That's it. Keep the chest up, back. Beautiful. Center. Draw the hip back. Activate the core. Lunge one leg, back to center. Exhale. Drive up. Exhale, drive up. Exhale, drive up. Exhale, drive up. Beautiful. Really nice balance, everyone. It helps if you find a spot on the floor or directly in front of you somewhere. You're going to notice as you start to fatigue, you've really got to focus a little more on your balance. That's it. We're going to do 4 more. So this counts as 1 and 2. Draw down. Don't rush it. Slow it down. And 3. Last one here. Punch back. And forward. Oh, that shuffle feels good, doesn't it? Nice work. Now, have a quick drink of water. And if you're like me, you're sweating already, so you're gonna wipe off that sweat. You're gonna grab your weights if you weren't using them. Start with your heavy weights. So grab your heavy weights. We're going to start with bicep curls, and we're going to do a variety of exercises to activate your biceps. Here we go. Shoulders down, lengthen through the spine, activate your core. My knees are slightly bent. I'm rotating my wrists out and away from me. I'm curling up, and I'm slowing down by extension. Look where my arms are at the end. I curl up, and I slow down on the extension. I don't stop here. I do the full range. Curl up, all the way. Now, go as slowly as you can, particularly on that release. Don't just let the weights drop open. You're gonna slow down that release. Yes, nice work. Now I want you to be aware that your wrist is straight and it's strong. So no rotation in your wrist at all. Now, if you're a powerhouse, and some of you are, and this might feel a little too easy for you, let's add in that lower body. So rather than knees slightly bent, shoulders apart, you can drop back, that's it, and do exactly the same. So now you're adding a narrow squat while you're working your biceps. We're going to do 4 more, and then we're going to change the position, but the focus is still on biceps. How's your breathing going? Don't forget about it. Last one right here. Release. Now rotate your wrist towards your hip. Again, activate that core. Allow the shoulders to settle, and then curl up and down. Curl up and down. Again, if you want to work that lower body at the same time, this time you can rotate into a wider squat position, soften your knees, just for variety. And then the deeper you come into that narrow squat, the harder you're going to be working that lower body. So drop your butt back and continue your bicep curls. What does it look like from the side? This is what it looks like. Now, obviously, the deeper you come into that squat, the harder you're working your lower body. But you can also very comfortably just bend the knees and focus on the upper body. Oh, I know you're feeling your biceps. Don't worry, I haven't lost track. Even though it seems like I have. Last one right here. Release. Now, if your biceps are really, really tight, roll the shoulders back. You can lower your weight. Here's your opportunity to do that. Or just maintain the same weight right here. Ready? We're going to do alternate. Again, the wrists are facing the thigh, alternating, but not picking up momentum. So what we tend to do as soon as we alternate is we start to pick up momentum. We're not going to do that. Again, look at that bicep. Are you getting a full extension, or are you cheating yourself? Full range of movement. Chest open. Shoulders square, core engaged. Yes. At this stage, if you didn't know where your biceps were, you do now. Because they're getting tight and they're getting heavy. Perfect. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and this is the last one right here. Release both weights. Roll the shoulders back for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, this is an opportunity for you to lower your weights. We're going to focus on your triceps. So we're doing the opposite muscle group. Bicep in front, tricep to the back. So switch up your weights if you want to. We're going to start with drawing the elbows out here. So deltoid and tricep activation, and then slowly releasing down. Pulling up and slowly down again. Remember, pulling up, slow release. Beautiful. You're going to feel the upper back on this as well. And yes, you're also feeling your biceps. Notice the weights are just hanging low. I'm not rotating my wrist at all. And make sure you're pressing in that belly button. Beautiful, long, straight spine. Now, I would just keep soft knees. I wouldn't go any deeper. All right, we're going to hold up this time. Hold up. Now, extend one arm out. Notice the upper arm is still, and I'm drawing the lower arm in, other arm out, upper arm still, drawing in. So alternating sides, full extension, let your breathing help you. Now, if you find this challenging, stay where you are. We're going to make it a little harder by extending both arms at the same time. Ready? Do it with me. Extend, draw in. Extend, draw in. Notice that the height of my upper arm is very consistent. It's not dropping at all. Imagine you have it resting on a board, and it's flat on that board, and it stays flat on that board. And the only movement is that lower arm. And don't worry, we've got 4 more. 4, 3, 2, last one coming. And this is going to feel really good. Drop the arms down. Yes, beautiful work. Now, I want you to go sideways and place one leg behind you like you're going into a reverse squat. Drop down. Make sure that knee is directly below your hip. So you can come really deep if you want, or you can come where I am, which is more of a mid-range. Now I'm going to hinge forward and I'm going to place one hand on my thigh. So I'm feeling quite supported. Lengthen up through that back. My back is not going to change. I'm not going to drop forward or back. I'm just going to maintain that beautiful long straight spine. Then I'm going to draw my elbow back, and I'm going to slowly release the arm forward. Draw back and slowly release forward. That's it. Slow, slow, slow. Yes, you're feeling the front leg activated because that's where your weight is. So we're not isolating just the upper body, we're also working the lower body, and always working the core by drawing in that belly button, creating support for that lower back. Now, if this feels challenging to you, you're going to stay right here. Keep the elbow close to your body. We're going to add on an extension. So here we go. Lifting up, isolate the upper arm, extend the lower arm, draw back in, and slowly release. That's slow. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Keep going. I know that front leg is distracting you because you notice now that you're actually really loading your glutes and your hamstrings. I tricked you into this one. That's okay, keep holding. We're almost there. And then we'll come back to center. Give me 4 more. Don't speed it up. This is 1. Lift, out, in, down. That's 2. Keep your hips square. Don't rotate anything. This is the last one. That's it. Beautiful job. Release. Oh, it's going to feel good just to move that hip to the side. Cross your heels forward. Move that hip. Loosen up, loosen up, loosen up. Now, there is no doubt on what side you were working on the lower body. And happily, you're going to reverse sides. All right, so take the other leg, place it forward, and then draw that leg back into your reverse squat. Again, deep as you like to go. My spine is long, my core is activated. I'm actually going to switch sides so you can see right here. Now, create a beautiful long straight spine, activate that core. Now I want you to hinge slightly forward and maintain that long straight spine. And then you're going to draw the elbow up. And remember that slow release. Elbow up and slow release. What do you do if that lower body gets really fatigued? You come a little higher in your stance. Okay? So rather than coming low, you're up here. What do you do if you feel really powerful and strong? You come deeper. Feel the activation of your glute. Now I invite you to stay here if you're finding this challenging. We're going to do that add-on, isolating the upper arm and extending that lower arm. 4, 3, keep the hips square, 2, 1. Now we're going to add the extension. Lift up, out, in, and down. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Upper arm stay still, upper arm stay still, upper arm stay still, and then I release it. I lift up, extend, contract, release. Here we go. Now, as you extend the arm, you're contracting your tricep. Extend. That's it. Beautiful. Now, try to keep that chest forward. Maybe find a spot on the floor so you can relax your head and neck. Keep it in neutral. Let's try 4 more. Try not to speed it up. 4, 3, 2, last one here, and release, bring the leg forward, move that hip. This should feel really good. Now, good news is you get to place those weights on the floor. Now, if you have any problems with rotation of your, or flexion of your wrist, you might want to hold onto the weights because you can use them to maintain a nice long straight wrist. Have a quick drink of water. We're coming down to your mat. We're going to do mountain climbers and pike tuck. All right. Start with a really stable plank. So let's go through this. Wrists are below your shoulders. Draw in your belly button and create space between your shoulder blades. Now, in this position, I want you to lift your hip just enough so that you feel the activation of your transverse, that lower abdomen. Just pop up the hip just enough where you feel that lower part activated. Now, once you have that, you're going to notice that you're not loading your toes as much. Okay? Now, keep that upper body stable. Keep your core stable. And try to minimize the rotation in your hip. And draw one knee in and place it back. Other knee in and place it back. Now, so for those of you who want to go a little faster, you can do that. Choose your own tempo. Whatever works for you. Look at your mat. And I want you to think about your breathing. Your muscles need oxygen, so focus on your exhale. And draw that oxygen in. Four, 3, 2, 1. Release the knees. Come back to child's pose. Nice work, everyone. We're going to go back to mountain climbers. We're going to do another set. This time, we're going to add a little rotation. So slow it down and look for the rotation. Coming back to your plank. Again, check where your wrists are. Shoulders above your wrist. Hips square. Pop it up slightly. Feel that lower abdomen activate. Lighten the weight on your toes a little bit. Long extended legs. Okay, now you're going to draw one leg in. You're going to rotate to your elbow. Come back to center and place it back. In, rotate, center, back. In, rotate, center, back. In, rotate, center, back. Keep going. Now, when you rotate, your hip is going to rotate, but everything else stays stable. The upper body stays stable, the core stays stable. You're not turning and twisting in the upper body. So, again, we're going to slow it right down. Center, turn. Notice my chest is square to the mat as I go into that rotation through the core, back to center. Rotate, hold, center. Let's do 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Last one coming up. Yes, you get a nice break. Nice work. Come back into that child's pose. Ooh, that child's pose feels good after that, doesn't it? You're gonna like the next one. It's not as intense, but again, I'm gonna cue you through where you should be. So let's start with the plank. You're very familiar with the plank now. So remember just to poke the hips up enough where you feel that engagement through the lumbar region. Now you're gonna take your hip all the way to the ceiling. So you're on your tiptoes and take your head through your arms. Now your heels are not on the floor. They're above the floor and you're drawing the hip towards the ceiling as much as you can. Notice that my back is long and straight. I'm pressing my belly button into my spine. Now, I'm gonna take one knee and draw it through my arms and come into the plank. That's it. And then I'm gonna come back up, hold. I want you to hold this. And then opposite leg comes through, hover onto the tippy toe and come up. Alternating slowly forward through the plank, lift the hip up, forward through the plank, lift the hip up, forward through the plank, lift the hip up, forward through the plank, lift the hip up. Keep going. Think about the activation of your core. And if you're wondering what all that noise is, I have a little deck out here. Actually, it's a big deck, but it has a little garden on the side. And the Canada Goose think that's their home. So we're having a little discussion about it right now. All right, let's finish up. Up. Last one. One more. Entertainment. All right, come back, drop down. Let's come into child's pose. All right, now we're gonna do a combination of both of them. So let's do it together. We'll do it slowly and you'll see how it all works. All right, come into your plank position. Plank is our home. We always come back to home, which is the plank on this one. So we're gonna do our mountain climbers, but just draw the knee in. Ready? Let's go. One knee in, place back. One knee in, place back. Lift, draw through, lift, draw through, hold, back to plank. Got it? You guys are good. Okay, ready? Let's go to mountain climbers. 1, 2, lift, draw through, lift, draw through, plank, mountain climber, pike, draw through, pike, draw through, hold, mountain climber, pike, draw through, pike, draw through, right here, mountain climber, pike, draw through, pike, draw through, mountain climber. You got it. Okay, do one more. Here we go. One more, mountain climber, and let's go into our child's pose. Beautiful job, everyone. All right, we're gonna come back into the upright position. Again, focusing on lower body. Don't worry, that first circuit is long. The other two are much shorter. All right, have a little water. We're gonna get our weights. Weights are always optional, but get them and you can always put them down. Add a little challenge. I'm going to heavy weights. We're going to do our sumo squat. So if this is my wide squat, soften my knees, knees to the corner, feet flat on the floor, lengthening up through my spine, activating my core, shoulders down. Square out those shoulders, that's it. Go there. I want you to actually think about drawing your chest slightly forward. Now, this is the wide squat. We're going to go to sumo, which is deeper and deeper and deeper. Right. Really far apart, but enough where you feel the activation of the inner thigh, but you don't feel out of control. So notice where my rotation is. My knees are to the corner, my heels are slightly forward, toes to the corner as well. Now, weights through the center. I'm just going to draw the knees away from my hip to the corners, and I'm going to come deep and deep and deep until I feel total activation through my glutes and my inner thigh, and I'm going to try not to hinge forward. And then I'm going to come all the way up again. Drop deep. That's it. Beautiful. Activate your glutes and activate the inner thigh. Drop deep. Keep going. Now, keep going. I want you to think about when you're doing this, drawing your shoulder blades into your back pocket. so that you feel that expansion through your pectorals. Keep going. Draw down, lift up, draw down, lift up. Now, the weights are adding a little more effort to this exercise, so you can drop the weights if you like. Now, we're going to stay down on the next one. So stay down. Find that spot, stay down. Now, draw the shoulders back again. Pull the shoulder blades into your back pocket and activate that core. Nice shallow breath from here. Yes, I know you're working. Now, from here, this is our start point, okay? From here, we're going to drop down about an inch, and we're going to come back and hold. Drop, come back and hold. Drop, come back and hold. Yes, it's that hard. Drop, and come back and hold. Lots of recruitment. Feel the glutes. Feel your quadriceps on the top of your legs. Feel your hamstrings. And feel the activation of that inner thigh. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Hallelujah. Come up. Roll the legs together. All right, let's do that little swing again. Loosen up the hip. Move the hip side to side. Notice how nice it is for loosening up your legs and your hip. All right, nice work. We're going to come back to that sumo squat. Now, start with a wide stance and then go a little wider. Rotate the knees to the corner. Activate your core. Settle your shoulders. Pull them into your back pocket. Expand through your chest. And then lower, lower, lower. That's it. Now, if you find yourself hinging forward, then I want you to come back up and start again. Keep the shoulders down and keep that upper body long. Feel the back activation. Feel that lower back being recruited in this position. Beautiful. Now, I want you to establish a really strong base. This is it, right here. You're going to lift one foot and the other foot. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Yes, yes, yes. If you've ever watched a sumo wrestler, you now have a totally new appreciation for the power that they hold. This is where they are, and they hold a whole lot more weight than you do, that's for sure. They are big, 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 and they keep doing this. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Keep the chest open. They hinge forward, we're keeping our chest open. Activating that lower back. For 4, 3, 2, 1, hold, draw up, shuffle in, and do that hip rotation. All right, let's go to the upper body. Now we're gonna do shoulder presses, so you might wanna lower your weight. I'll give you that option now. Just grab a little weight, and we'll get started. Now, we're gonna go into a narrow squat and drop the hip back a little bit. So think about loading the back of your heels. The lower you are, the harder you're working. You choose a spot that you can maintain for a little while. Ready? Now, take your weights and draw your elbows forward, right here. You're going to extend up. I'm going to come back a little more so you can see me. You're going to extend up, but you're going to keep a small flexion in your elbow. Draw back down and drive up. My wrists are facing one another. My wrists are facing one another. That's it, beautiful. Again, what I want you to focus on is a long, straight spine. Draw in that belly button. Slow down the movement. Use the complete range of movement. All the way up, all the way down. That's it, beautiful. And then think about your breath. Exhale on the effort. Inhale down. Exhale on the effort. Inhale down. That's it. You must feel like you're doing a workout with National Geographic. We now have the seagulls singing away to us. A couple of dog barks thrown in. Who needs music? All right, relax it down. Release all the way down. roll your shoulders back. Now I'm going to give you another option. We're going to do shoulder presses again. It's going to be harder for you. What you're going to do is bring your arms up to where they were before. This time you're going to rotate your wrists away from you. This is a little harder on your shoulders. So if you have any shoulder issues, go back to having the wrists facing each other. Okay? Let's go. Extending up and dropping down shoulder. Extend up and dropping down shoulder. Do you feel the difference between the two exercises? That's it, beautiful. Now, because this is more stressful on your shoulders, I want you to make sure that if this feels really uncomfortable, that you rotate your wrists across from each other and you go back to what we did in the first set. That's it. Now, make sure your arms are slightly in front of you at all times so you can see the weight on that extension. You see the weight slightly in front of you. Are you keeping that core strong? Give me 2 more, just 2 more, I promise. 1, that's it. And 2, and here we go, and release. Nice work. Draw the shoulders up, right up to your ears, and then press them down, down, down as low as you can, and then returning back to neutral. Okay, we're gonna go from shoulder presses to chest press. Let's take the feet to a narrow squat position. Soften your knees. Now, I want you to lift your elbows out, and I want to keep your wrists stable. So no flexion in the wrist, right here. You're going to draw the arms forward and back. Don't worry, we're not going to do lots of these. But please feel free to go to a lower weight. Oh yes, I know you're feeling your shoulders. So, what if your shoulders are really fatigued? What's another option for you in this exercise? Another option is just to bring it down and elbow out, bring it down, and elbow out, bring it down, and elbow out. Rather than skipping, that's what I want you to do, okay? Forward and back, forward and back. Let's do 4 more. 4, and then we're going to the mat. 3, 2, last 1. Drop the shoulders. Ooh, okay, release it. Have a quick drink of water. We're going to our bridges. So let's start once again, lying on our backs. Bring your heels as close to your butt as you can. Now, if your heels are too close and when you lift up, you feel lots and lots of stress in your hamstrings, then take them a little further away. So this is your opportunity to modify. Draw the hip up. Think about pressing your knees away from your hip. And as you press your knees away, you're going to create a beautiful arch in that lower back. Now, take one shoulder and tuck it under. Take the other shoulder and tuck it under. And create even a bigger, beautiful arch right here. Be aware that your hips are square and that curve in that lower back has lots of foundation because your feet are solid onto the floor. Now, this is your home. This is where you're coming back to. Ready? Drop down and drive up. Drop down and drive up. Drop down and drive up. Now, if you want to make it more challenging, what you're going to do is if you have a kettlebell, you're going to put that kettlebell on your hip. Or if you have some weights, you can grab a weight and put it on your hip. So now you're lifting with more weight to lift. That's it. You don't need to do that. But if you feel like you want to work a little harder, that's what you can do. I invite you to exhale on the lift right here before you release. Exhale. Let's do 2 more. 1 and 2. Beautiful job, everyone. Okay, draw one knee in and draw the other knee in and gently rock side to side. All right, now keep your knee center and I want you to roll and come all the way up and get ready for our last circuit. The last circuit is going to be a curtsy lunge with a wide squat. So that's your combination. I want you to grab a set of weights, heavy or light, whatever you feel up to. So here are my weights to the side. Here's my nice wide squat. I'm lifting up through my spine. I've activated my core. My shoulders are stable. And I'm going to choose one leg to cross back. Then I'm going to drop down into that really, really low squat position. I'm going to come back to center, and I'm going to go to the other side. Now we're going to use this like a power move, not a cardio move. So we're slowing it right down. We're making sure we're coming as deep as we can into that curtsy, and we're really activating the glutes on the lift. Notice my chest is up. That's it, beautiful. Shoulders are square. And I'm using the power of my legs and glutes to drive up. Wide squat, drop back, wide, drop, wide, drop. That's it, beautiful. Now, we're gonna add the center move, that wide squat right here. Draw back, drive up, cross. Wide squat, draw back, drive up, curtsy. Wide squat right here. Up, curtsy. Oh yeah. Now, if adding that wide squat is a little too much for you today, you go back to what we started with. Just going to a wide stance and then curtsy. So the squat in the center is optional. Keep that chest up. Keep that core engaged. We're going to do 2 more. This counts as 1 right here. And this counts as your last one. All right, back to center. Give me one more narrow, a wide squat right there. Okay, beautiful. Move those hips. Cross over. All right. Now, I would like a nice narrow squat with a small bend in the knees. Rotate your arms forward right here. You're going to pull out and release. Pull out and release. Nice. Take the elbows out and release. Keep that chest open. I'm keeping a nice neutral spine. Little curve in the lower back. Softening my knees. Thinking about my breathing. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. Now I'm going to go sideways so you can see the height of my arms. Now I'm going to do a straight arm lift. So I'm going to lift, but notice that my weights are slightly below my shoulders. My arms are extended. My wrist is straight. And I slow down on the release. I'm lifting, and I'm slowing down on the release. I'm lifting and slowing down on the release. Now, when you lift, exhale and draw in the belly button. Exhale here, shh, and then slow release. Exhale here, shh, and slow release. Draw in that belly button. Create that strong, stable core. Beautiful. Notice I'm not using any momentum. I'm focusing on slowing down on the release so that I'm still recruiting muscles. I'm not letting gravity take over. Last one right here. Nice work. Now we're going to do a combination. So you're going to pull out, you're going to come back to center, and you're going to lift forward. And you're going to come back to center, and you're going to pull out, center, forward. Now, once again, it's really easy to pick up momentum. You're going to focus on actually keeping everything quite slow. And I want you to think about what's happening with your muscles. So you know you're engaging as you're lifting, but are you engaging on that release? Slow it down and feel the change in the engagement. How's that breathing going? Exhale. Inhale, Exhale, inhale. Yes, I know you're tired. We're almost there, I promise. Let's do 2 more. 1. And 2. Release. All right, let's come down to the mat. We're nearing the end, everybody. I'm going to keep my weights for this one. We're coming back into our plank. I'm going to keep my wrists straight, and I'm going to go through my checklist. Shoulders below the wrists, hips square, pop up the hips slightly, engaging that lower part of my core, and keeping a little lightness on the toes, so I'm not loading the back of my legs too much. Right here, I'm going to stay and hold for a moment. Hold, yep. Now I'm going to tap, and I'm going to tap. And I'm going to try and minimize the movement on that tap. So I'm going to try and keep my hips as square as possible as I tap. So it's not about how many you do. I want you to make sure you're stable through the center before you tap. Keep it stable, then tap. Keep it stable, then tap. Keep it stable, then tap. Stable, and tap. Yes, yes, yes. Almost there. Give me 1 more tap. 1 more, hold. Release the knees. Roll back into that child's pose. Doesn't that feel good? All right. Now, coming back to exactly the same, but we're going to add another level onto it. Ready? Coming back. Now, you can come from your knees. You can do your plank from your knees, right here, and do exactly the same movement, keeping that spine long and strong. All right, here we go. Start with your plank. Go through those checklists. Shoulders above the wrists, hips square, pop up slightly, engaging that lower core. Try to load a little less onto your tippy toes. Keep the legs long and straight. Right here, ready? Tap, 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 tap. Give me 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Now, draw in, place back, draw in, place back, tap, other side, tap. Draw in, place back, draw in, place back, tap, tap. In, back, tap, tap. In, back, tap, tap. 2 more. 1, 2. Done. Come back. Fantastic work. If you have weights, move them out of the way so they're not going to impede your stretch. Reach your fingertips as far forward as you can. Drop your head through your arms and settle your butt back right over your heels. A nice, beautiful, deep breathing. Come to tabletop, 1 hand below the shoulder, other hand below the shoulder. And now I want you to take 1 foot forward, other foot forward. Make sure you're in your narrow squat. So your weight is over your heel. Then draw 1 hand towards the thigh and the other hand towards the thigh. And then slowly allow the muscles to adapt. And you're going to come all the way up, upright position, nice and tall. It's a good sign I'm all sweaty. Take your feet apart. Activate that core again. Lift up through that spine. Release your shoulders down, hands to the side, right here. Ready? Nice work. Now, take 1 arm across, bend the elbow, and draw it back as far as you can. And release the arm down. Other arm comes across, bend at the elbow, press back. Keep the shoulders down, don't let them drift up. Keep pressing down the shoulders. Nice work. Now, take both arms, place them behind you. Strong grasp of your hands, and then slowly, slowly lift up so you're expanding through your chest. Pectoral stretch, And anterior deltoid stretch, right in the front of the shoulder. That's where you're feeling all the stretching. Keep that belly button tucked in. You're giving that lower back lots of support all the time. All right, now gentle, gentle release. Relax your arms down. I want you to inhale once. And exhale. Find a spot on the wall or the floor. Draw one leg in. We're going to load one side. Make sure the knee's bent. And then you're going to reach back into your quadricep stretch. One knee across from the other. Square out your hips. Zip up that tight pair of pants. Zip, zip, zip. That's it. Beautiful engagement through the core. Keep your body nice and stable. Draw up and draw back. Once again, expansion through that chest. Now, if you lose your balance, as I just did, it's no big deal. You just reset and you come back. All right, draw that hip forward. Yes, a little more. That's nice. Okay, now you feel the engagement of your glutes and you definitely feel the lengthening of the quadriceps. Now, big inhale, big exhale, release the arm, take that same leg, put it in front of you, lift the toe all the way to the ceiling. So there's a really strong dorsiflexion, and then you hinge forward, activate your core, place both hands in your bent thigh. Again, keep the chest open and draw the shoulder blades into your back pocket. This is a really good opportunity to inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth, and just allow that breath to settle in. Now, this next transition can be quite tricky, so really focus on that spot for your balance. Lift up through the shoulders, toe on the floor first, so you're weighting everything on your supporting side. Place the foot above the knee, and then slowly draw back with your hip. And place your hands where you feel comfortable. I tend to find centering my palms and pressing against my palms helps me with my body alignment. But some people prefer hands out or hands down. Honestly, whatever works for you. Now, once you've established a nice, strong position, root that foot into the floor and see if you can hinge your butt back just a little more. Yes. Draw that belly button in. Very, very impressive. Now, extend both arms. Lift up. Don't rush through this. Lift up. Feel the activation. Yes, yes, yes. Nice work. Drop down. And let's do that hip swivel. Let's also think about stretching that other side. Ready? Opposite leg. Stabilize. Bend the knee first. Then transfer the weight. Find that spot for balance. Track one knee across from the other. Zip up that tight pair of hands. Zip it up. That's it. Elbow up and out. Nice shallow breath. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Now, can you draw that hip a little further forward? Nice work. Feel the recruitment of your glutes and feel the lengthening of those quadriceps. Beautiful job. Inhale, exhale, relax the arm out. Now, flex your foot forward, lift your toe to the ceiling, strong flexion, then hinge forward, activate that core, support that upper back by placing both hands on your bent thigh. Keep that toe right towards the ceiling. Notice my chest is open, my shoulders are square, and I'm finding a neutral spot to look at. All right, now from here, remember that transition? Gently come out of it. Toe is weightless on the floor. Make sure this knee is bent. Take that leg above, and then slowly hinge from your hip, and sink deeper and closer into that floor. Think about loading the back of your heel. That sometimes helps. Load the back of your heel. Place your palms together or wherever you feel comfortable. Draw in that belly button. It is really supporting your balance, believe it or not. Relax your shoulders. Nice deep breathing. Can you drop a little bit deeper? Just keep that focus. Don't be discouraged if you need to drop out of it. It's not a big deal. Now, inhale. Exhale, drop the arms. Lift up, 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 up. Beautiful. Legs down. Toss over one more time. Hold that hip. And let's come into that nice stance that we always start with, softening the knees. Big inhale. Big exhale. Give me one more big inhale. And exhale. And fantastic work today, you guys. Great job. You're getting stronger. Take care. Thanks for coming.
Thanks, Shelley.